Listen, man.
Jamaican government own the land.
No, man, they own it.
Hold it for who?
Because I'm a Republican now. I want my Republican, they still hold it.
No, you know, me hear what you say, you know, and it sounds nice what you say, and people have that for say. The people have that for say, but you know, you make me buy a piece of land, you know, and you come to me say, I know my land.
No, man, I hold it, man.
No, all right, you want to say, listen to me, I say. I can't drop that word. I remember saying it today. Well, I say them fix it. We want to give thanks for that. Yeah, we want to give thanks for it because, yes, if you don't say it, they might won't do it. So you have to just keep pressing it, till somebody hear you and say, no, it have to fix. I will say, give thanks for fixing it.
Africa.
When you come forward after they had them, we're going to play a tape here with a bridge who is creating raves all over Africa. As a matter of fact, a revolutionary all over Africa when we come forward, break time. So, many of you might have heard me mention the name before. Many of you might have seen the works of this man in Africa before. Many of you might have never heard of him. But this man, What that? Oh, okay, all right. Well, we have to come back to where we was just going to say a while ago. We never remember about the guests at this hour. Nani?
Greetings, Muta. How you doing?
I am doing quite well. How you do?
Give thanks. Give thanks, my brother. Yes, life goes on and we're pushing on through.
Yes, all right. So we're now going to talk about the promise where somebody are trying to comfort you with tonight, yeah. Because it just show you how them stay, you know.
Yes.
Not that me never know that will happen still, you know, but me just know that that will happen, you know, just so it go.
Well, I did say that it would be a comfort to a fool, so I would make it comfort me.
Yeah. All right. So, you know, we're there in the time of the season again when we have so much things to remember and we can't forget them. Because if we forget it, we might have to go repeat it and we don't want to repeat it. Tell me what is happening with the council in Montego Bay this year.
The commemoration.
Yeah, I know it's a commemoration, but tell the people what's going to happen.
Okay, yes, we're having the commemorating the 62nd anniversary of the 1963 Coral Gardens atrocities. And we always call it the Bad Friday event because every Good Friday, we call it Bad Friday because it really recalls the atrocities that took place in 1963, the announcement that was made on that day, that Bad Friday, you know, to bring in all Rastafari, or other words, bearded men. You know, and if the jail couldn't hold them, well, then the cemetery will hold them, you know?
Yeah.
Right, so we really, as a community, Rastafari community, we cannot forget that, you know, in spite of what others might want to think that every year you're doing this thing and you're bringing up some bad stories.
Every year they celebrate Christmas.
Exactly. Now we're talking.
Yeah, every year they celebrate Easter.
Right, you know. Now we're talking. So, and the thing is that Rastafari really, you know, has really borne the brunt of brutality, marginalization, discrimination, you know, every negative thing, you know, from the inception of the movement.
Yes.
And so we have to let especially the younger ones know, even though some of the older ones as well, who really don't really know what really took place, you know. We commemorate that event and or that period of time by doing a commemorative event every year. So we're doing it this year at the Walter Fletcher Beach in Montego Bay.
We reach Walter Fletcher Beach.
Yes.
I remember we used to keep it in a dump up park.
More conducive. Yes, yes. It's more conducive, and the beach, the breeze will hopefully get some nice cool sea breeze, in this hot time of the year. Yeah. And we have a lot of space to
maneuver.
And also the location as well. It's very central. Right there in Montego Bay, next door to the Harmony Park Beach.
Yeah, so it will still have the same form in terms of the timing of the day and of the night too.
Right, it's a day and night event because we are located, we're doing it at that location. We can go on a little bit longer than we did last year, So we start at 11 with gallery viewing of survivors' testimonies and a Rastafari museum in which the patrons can come and see the testimonies and hear for themselves, and also experience some of the Rastafari history, what we have undergone over the period of time since the movement's inception. So we're building up. We're trying to build a museum, and we are each year we try to improve it.
Yeah.
So that will go on until about 1, and by 1 we will have the opening ceremony with an invocation from the EABIC, that is the Bobo Shanti group, and then that will be followed by survivors' testimonies, live survivors' testimonies, and then the banquet for elders, where we really treat the survivors and other elders in the community, from different
mansions. I hear people call me elder now, so I can't sit down around the table now.
Indeed. Of course you're welcome, Muta. Of course you're welcome. Yes. So, so we have a banquet for the elders where we treat them to a 3-course meal, and, during that time you have some musical interlude in the background. And then after that we have a speakers forum. Well, this year we are celebrating the 10th anniversary of the registration of the Rastafari Choral Gardens Benevolent Society.
Okay.
So we are highlighting that as well as the commemoration, because we were registered in 2015 in April.
Yeah.
So it just coincides with this 10th anniversary. So we'll have an overview of the activities that we have undergone and the advocacy that we have done over the 10-year period. And just to inform the public and to remind ourselves of what the work that we have done. And then we'll have in the speakers forum we have Dr. Michael Barnett, who will be giving a presentation on Pinnacle and reparations for the Pinnacle atrocities. Dr. Marcus Goff will talk about supplemental rights. Again, 2015, it was we had the amendment to the so-called Dangerous Drugs Act, and so he's going to be looking forward, reviewing the process of the supplemental rights and the extent to which Rastafari have really been benefiting from that amendment, because they're still experiencing arrests and raids.
What time is it take place? What time is it take place?
That part of it. Okay, so the speakers forum will start at 2:30 p.m.
Okay.
All right, and we have Dr. Carida McDonald will be speaking about the Rastafari Act, which is being proposed by the Rastafari mansions and organizations. So it is because it will just be persons should come and hear about what is being proposed for the improvement of the community.
That's the RMO you're talking about.
Yes, the RMO is proposing. We have written to the government, which to which we have not received a response either. So it's just the same kind of respect. It's the same kind of respect that we are getting throughout the period. So all right. So and then there is a proposal to have a Rastafari month. so Ras Igi will be talking about that. And then we'll have a Rastafari fashion show, courtesy of Empress Samantha from School of Vision.
Okay.
And after that, we will have, we'll wrap up that segment of the program, and with drumming and chanting, and then a musical interlude, and then we'll have showtime or cultural presentations from various artists, including DYCR, Rastakura, Nature Ellis, to name a few, because it's quite a lineup of artists that will be doing the show.
Yeah.
Culturally, of course, as we normally do, with clean, good lyrics, positive lyrics. No dancehall business, really,
No, you'll have to say that, because everybody not expect that.
Right. Well, some people, it is an educational, it's a family day. So, we want persons to bring out the family and come and learn, because, even young people who looking at Rastafari and saying that they don't have the real knowledge, background, information. Right. So we really take pleasure in educating the public about the movement and about the community and what we are doing and seeking to do. Yeah. So that is the wrap up of the day.
I don't hear you mention what time your brethren are going to play the music. I don't remember you mentioned that.
This brethren here, Mutabaruka.
No.
Yes, well, we start at 11 and we have music throughout the time. So
but 11 o'clock, sun too hot to play music, man.
It's too early for you, right?
No, that's too early, but it's too hot to play music, them over there, man. Especially outdoor.
All right. So we have musical interlude. What time would you prefer? Because we can always
usually come then at the kind of later down in the afternoon time,
Right.
Not
so
11
like
o'clock, 12 o'clock.
That time, okay, yeah. So we have music. We'll be playing music from 11 right up until the banquet. Until the banquet.
Okay.
Right. And then after the banquet, we do some drumming and chanting, and then we have a musical interlude at 2 p.m. And it's a 1 hour musical interlude there. So I'm sure you'll be there by then.
All right. Well,
yeah.
So remind people what date again, because I don't want them to forget to know.
April 18, Good Friday, Bad Friday. Bad Friday for the Rastafari community.
Bad Friday.
Yes. And it is April 18, and it's at the Walter Fletcher Beach. At that venue, we have it is quite expensive, so previous years when we have, like last year, we didn't charge anything because it was a open entry. But this year, admission will be $1,000. Children under 12 will be free. So it's just $1,000 contribution, really, because, to help to defray some of the costs of putting on the event.
The Minister of National Security should appear for about 100 people.
Well, yes, that's a good idea.
Yeah, man, should appear for at least 100. But I can't believe the time run off so fast, from April last year to now. It's it just run off, Rasta. I tell you.
Yes, really, time is moving quickly. But it may as well do that, because, boy, I tell you, all our going on. All our going on, really, time, we can't stand still in this kind of rough times here,
All right. Yeah. So, we want to remind the people again, as usual, the Coral Guard massacre. We are commemorating it again and again and again and again. We not stop. Yeah, lest we forget and then repeat.
We cannot.
Yeah.
Because it's not it was not easy road for the elders and for the pioneers of the movement. It was a serious oppression.
And to think that Haile Selassie came in April 22nd.
April,
right,
yes. April,
I think it was the 22nd, yes.
Right.
1966. 3 years after.
Yes.
All right, Mama. Give thanks.
Give thanks to you as well, Muta.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Keep on keeping on, and keep on pushing the work, the positive vibes. Yes.
Yes, that was we call her Nanny. We call her Nanny from the Rastafari Benevolent Organization or Society, which one them call it, talking about the event at upon the beach side we were there this year, upon the beach. Not up in a Pittsburgh or going up on the beach. Okay. So before Nanny was going to tell you about this brother who seemed to have the eyes and ears of most of the African leaders, because like Thomas Sankara, him is like people want to say him come like a reincarnation of Thomas Sankara. Him is like carrying out a Marcus Garvey mandate. And people love him because he's a youth, 37-year-old. And him creating waves all over Africa as a leader to the point where him have leaders, even old leaders older than him, falling in line with him ideas and him attitude. And right now you have Mali and country where him come from, Burkina Faso. For some old people never hear about Burkina Faso, but through this youth here, everybody start to look on Burkina Faso. And you have other leaders now from even Senegal. The youth from Senegal. In my fall in line too. I think the Ghanaian leader are fall in line too. So there's a lot of ones that look now upon this youth and I say, yeah, it's a youth like this Africa they want for a long time. So we want to play a little snippet of this bridging. Listen, it's a story him have to tell. Our people telling the story of this bridging. Why you listen to it, because a very important thing are going on in Africa, The tides are changing. Things are moving a certain way where unbelievably you never expect it. You have a youth in Zimbabwe create and make electric car right now. I don't know how Elon Musk feel about that. But we have a youth in Africa, Zimbabwe to be precise, and make electric cars. And it's at a pace where the Prime Minister of Zimbabwe take it onto himself now and start to really help move this car forward as a legitimate money earner for Africa, especially Zimbabwe. You have a next president in Nigeria who come up with the same electric car like the Tesla car them where Elon Musk, big problem. The problem with Elon Musk, is not that the people them don't want to buy him car, It's that him about politics where the people them don't like. Them don't like him political ideas and who him associate himself with. Like in Germany, them stop buying car, them, as a matter of fact, you have places where them have banned Tesla. I see two of them out here, I see 2 Tesla car out here. But, yes, it will move forward. So, we want to play this to the people.
It is important that these so-called Democrats understand this. When thousands of Nigerians die in hospital beds due to lack of electricity or lack of medication, it is a crime.
All right, so this brother interpret where Traore, Ibrahim Traore say. So I want you to listen to carefully what he's saying. Listen.
It is important that these so-called Democrats understand this. When thousands of Nigerians die in hospital beds due to lack of electricity or lack of medication, it is a crime. They are responsible for these sanctions. They are responsible for these deaths. The same thing happens in Mali. With Burkina, we have indirect sanctions because people have to understand. When they take their orders from the other side, they come and do everything to apply it. It is shameful. We are called putschists. We are not French. We do not understand what that means. And the local people, who surely do not even understand the profound meaning of the word, also call us putschists. Very well, we appropriate it. Over the years, as far as Burkina Faso is concerned, you may have noticed all the bodies have been destructured. No more training, nothing left for the army. They imposed in all our major states, all our schools, and all our strategic structures what they called military councils. When we revolted on September 30th, 2022, the first thing was to find out who these military councils were and where they were. So we were able to identify that the evil was deep. And the first thing was to ask them to leave our army. They left. And what I told you not long ago, you cannot hope to find your lost object by calling on the one who stole it to come and help you find it. When we asked the military councils to leave, we felt manifestations. We were made to understand that we would not be able to get by without them. And every time they told us, it was translated by attacks on the ground. We received the message well. At the dawn of the year 2023, we decided to tell the foreign forces present here to leave, because we want to fight in Burkina Faso. They did not surely appreciate it, but why come and die on our land for us? We prefer to fight ourselves. We ask them to return home. Unfortunately, I tell you here today, as I like to say, colonization has returned. There are slaves of Ceylon who still have not understood. In the meantime, military officers wrote to us and approached us to tell us that it was a very bad decision and that we would not last 2 months. Files were written. We were sent these files to make a strategic analysis of their thoughts. We said either we are sovereign or we remain slaves forever. Indeed, when the last soldier left Burkina Faso, we understood what it was about. The attacks followed immediately. Dehao, Timnikov, Partiaga, and so on. But what they had forgotten was that the people of Burkina Faso had understood our message. And had engaged in the same way as we did. We reorganized quickly, and suddenly we noticed that all the sleeping terrorists had woken up in Burkina Faso. We reorganized the army as quickly as possible. At an unequal speed, we have created several units, and even if several others are yet to come, we have equipped them. And today this equipment continues because in the days to come, the months to come, what you will see coming to Burkina Faso must make our army a power to fear. We will not hesitate about the means. We understood that the fight against imperialism will be hard, very hard. But only the hard ones will pass, and the Burkinabés are hard, and we will pass. We have put on guard for more than a year the local valets, the slaves of Salon, so that they do not betray their country for the benefit of imperialism. Some have understood and organized themselves. Others have not understood. Maybe they thought they were smarter. But today, we have no more feelings about this theft. Whoever betrays his country for the benefit of imperialism, he will be treated as such. Returning to our famous Ecowas, since we decided to leave the Ecowas, the slaves of Salon have been driven everywhere. They want to scare the people. They want to scare everyone. God, thank you. In a recent past, there were only a handful of people who had the right to speak. On the TV sets, that's what they said, who were ready for the gospel. Today, with the new technologies, which of course have advantages and disadvantages, everyone has the right to speak. And I think the Yayayes are the first to confirm this. Everyone can make his own analysis of a situation. We can certainly make mistakes, but when we come to understand, we are open to explain the process. Here we will explain to you why we left the Ecowas and where we are going. Remember that it was in 1975 that it was created. And it was created for the majority of state leaders, putschists, as they like to say. It was the military who took the power and took the responsibility to create the Ecowas, so that there was a real economic growth of the people inside the space. Later, the so-called Democrats were invited to the heads of our states. They completely emptied the community of its foundation. When on June 26, Nigeria decided to take its destiny into its own hands, we were surprised to see the Ecowas appear on June 16th with a force in weight. Where was this force? When thousands and thousands of Nigerians were killed by terrorists. Where was this force? When thousands of Malians and Burkinabés died under the bullets of terrorists. They said that by force they were going to house the valiant sons of Nigeria who took the destiny into their own hands. Do you believe that these are women who are in Nigeria? There are fighters there. The Nigerian army is a warrior. It has been fighting for years. It is not a parade army or a peacekeeping army. and the armies of the Ecowas have decided to unite. We are waiting for this force in wait. It is important that these so-called Democrats understand this. When thousands of Nigerians die in hospital beds due to lack of electricity or lack of medication, it is a crime. They are responsible for these sanctions. They are responsible for these deaths. The same thing happens in Mali. With Burkina, we have indirect sanctions because people have to understand. When they take their orders from the other side, they come and do everything to apply it. It is shameful. Some have decided not to provide electricity to our countries. It is not free. We pay, and it contributes to their economy. They have tried to make Mali suffer. And of course, by ignoring all the texts and not providing electricity to Mali, hoping that the population would revolt. It does not work. When it lasted, some were forced to make their own people pay by increasing the cost of electricity. It will increase again. This gives us several lessons. Several lessons in the sense that the independence we take, the sovereignty we take, we must do everything for it to be. They have given us very good lessons, and we have understood very well. Some have closed their ports, which goes against all international texts, because we cannot close our ports in a landless country. They did it. They violated the text. The international community did not say a word. No one spoke in the Saudi Arabia. But in their ports, we do not transfer our goods for free. We pay. And those who do it collect today their broken skin. And I think it is a lesson for them too, that we should not always apply the instructions of their masters. They must understand it forever. The Saudi Arabia has never made a statement to congratulate a victory of our armies. Barely, they condemn from the tip of their lips. And very rarely when there are massacres, or when it happens outside the people. In short, we cannot cite all the harm that has been done to our people. But we have decided with all our heart and conscience to withdraw and to focus on our common organization.
Yeah, we're going to take a break and come forward. Yeah, we're going back to Ibrahim Traore from Burkina Faso, the brethren who is revolutionizing how the Africans them used to run them country and make the French, the Portuguese, the British, all of them come to them country and make them country get poorer and not richer. And every day we hear say Africa is the richest country, but it have the poorest people them. Well, this brother seems to making a difference. Yeah, him seem to be making a difference.
To withdraw and to focus on our common organization. And that is the IAS. Remember that there is no fear. Because in prospecting and putting us to work, We have noticed one thing. Recently, some have decided to ban the exportation of certain food products to Burkina Faso. Very well, they have given a deadline. We will ensure that at the end of this deadline, we will prohibit the entry of these products on our territory. Thomas Sankara said that the slave who is not able to assume his revolt does not deserve to be pitied on his fate. This slave will only answer for his misfortune if he is deluded by the suspicious condescension of a master who claims to surpass him. Only the struggle liberates. And I want to tell you that if in order to be liberated, a slave is deluded by the providence of a belief that his master has imposed on him to keep him in the darkness, he puts his finger in his eye. He will remain blind forever in the darkness and will never see the day. God himself said that God does not like the lazy. God does not like the ignorant. God does not like the one who does not fight, because he says, help you, and the sky will help you. Just one thing. Recently, some have decided to ban the exportation of certain food products to Burkina Faso. Very well, they have given a deadline. We will ensure that at the end of this deadline, we will prohibit the entry of these products on our territory. Thomas Sankara said that the slave who is not able to assume his revolt does not deserve to be pitied on his fate. This slave will only answer for his misfortune if he is deluded by the suspicious condescension of a master who claims to surpass him. Only the struggle liberates. And I want to tell you that if in order to be liberated, a slave is deluded by the providence of a belief that his master has imposed on him to keep him in the darkness, he puts his finger in his eye. He will remain blind forever in the darkness and will never see the day. God himself said that God does not like the lazy. God does not like the ignorant. God does not like the one who does not fight, because he says, help you, and the sky will help you. And I will not pass in silence a part of the slogan of the pioneers who live among us today. Dare to fight, know how to win. We have dared to fight in the U.S. and we will be victorious. Do not be afraid. The old citizen you have hired is a message to all of Africa. Burkina Faso is supportive and supports all the people of Africa who suffer martyrdom. But we also want to say that it is time for Africans to stop pitying their fate, to mourn, to lament. We have to fight. It will not come from heaven alone. We have to fight first, and God will help you. And Burkina Faso is ready to help all the people who suffer martyrdom. Tell all these people who are fighting, it is time that they tell the truth to their leaders. In Burkina Faso, when they acted for us to contribute so that the FDS is equipped, the deputies no longer have a salary today. They only have pensions. The salaries of the ministers have been reduced to the maximum, and the people contribute. You cannot fight and want the leaders to be in an insulting luxury. The people must wake up and demand that of their leaders. And to finish, I therefore call on all the people of the U.S., through you, so that they remain united and united. All suffering has an end. The struggle that we have engaged in is hard. But we must keep our heads on our shoulders, because the fatal weapon of imperialism remains the manipulation through communication. Know how to recognize the local valets. Know how to recognize the slaves of the salons. Know how to recognize everything that we owe you to come and sell you false information. For yourself, stay calm and do not divide yourself. Because imperialism has 1,000 tricks up its sleeve. You must be vigilant. Vigilant and very vigilant. Thank you, the VDP of the different cities that watch day and night, so that our country remains standing, and therefore pay tribute every day to the FDF and VDP who fight on the front. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you to all those who have moved here so that we can entertain you. Thank you to those who are outside, who have not been able to access the homeland where death awaits you.
Ram Traore, the voice of Africa right now, what them going to do with him, and how is Africa going to relate to him? That is left to be seen. The virgin come terrible amongst the European them. The man do things where no other African leader never do. Him not take no pay. Him not take no pay for be no prime minister. And it's a coup bring him with him there. Not no vote for. Coup. Him realize the farmer man them never do nothing for help the people them. And him come now and do things where no African leader never do upon them own. Him decide say the people them of Burkina Faso must control them own destiny and make money off of them own mineral resources, and don't make the French come, they come take over them have. And that is what him say. Him say, look what France used to do. The man pay off all the debt where him country owe. All the debt where him country owe, him pay it off.
Good night, Luton.
Good night, man.
Happy to see you too. Good night to the RFM team. I'm a big up to Rastafari and remember in the from England name. Come with some very
Mandingo.
Mandingo, yeah man. Yeah. Most time a question. I don't even know if it's but most time the Prime Minister or the government gave $1,000 increase to minimum wage.
I like me here.
Yeah. So the argument on the road is that why $1,000? Why couldn't be one more? They could just do it in a Jamaican terms. And the span of these people, inflation would go up. Now you go to the supermarket every minute. And you go to the supermarket now, within an hour you go back to the supermarket, things raise. And obviously this Prime Minister going to have a control over that because the Prime Minister don't run Jamaica. And you give $1,000, then your argument is that inflation would go up. You give your minister 200%. What? Explain the equation to me now, most.
The equation not there. I just robbery with aggravation. Aggravate you, you know.
Thank you, Muta.
So you see when them do all them something, you know, you're not supposed to stay cool, you know. You're supposed to get aggravated.
Thank you. And I want
the Governor General not doing nothing.
And I get $34 million for representing white people with slavery. To do what?
To do what?
To do what, Muta?
Man, them people are...
But I want to tell them, Muta, there was some soldier by Twickenham Park on the range today. All right? Good. And we're not fighting a war. So, and the Minister of Security, the Prime Minister, and Delaware Chuck said, shoot them or go to Jamaica. But yesterday, them come back, Muta. I said, oh, police are killing too much people. You see the contradiction?
At 70 odd police killed since the year start, you know.
Thank you. But them take we black people fool, then them come back now. Housing just give you a person amount of money to. You see the problem I put in a share you can merge, and then when you merge to buy a house, now you see the problem with that motor. Them for one house, our value 300 million, and them I tell you what, share you for merge for buy a house. And then you know the problem with Jamaica. You saw them people, black poor people, but they even know they had to say motor. You know we see a motor when we for work out and divide things. And you want one house owned by 3 people.
And I talk about that. You know, say, them not have to come out of them yard for exercise, you know. All them have to walk up and down in them garden.
Garden.
And enough exercise that, you know, because it's so big. It's so big.
China one. Then here today now, no motor. The developer, 2,000 just give some increase now. The developer raise them house. Motor, them developer raise them house. Housing trust, Mike and Manley bring in housing trust. Housing trust never come in Jamaica with no money. It's our money, build housing trust. And the man have a surplus motor. And if the developer build, if the developer raise house, you know, just take housing trust money, give the people them loud and 4 parents fight for, and then take the money and build house.
Iron house, them a build with the money. Iron house, you can't afford.
But you see the drift from here come with the police, and in that talk about the food price, but you see them in tell you where matter for mitigate the problem, you know. And I am saying, Muta, because money housing trust have just successive government dipping their tongue at the time. The people and money again after the people and 4 parents fought for this land, you know, give them no land and I feed them land, and you come back now, come and take them saving for putting on the government coffers, and you still not discussing no land, how you're going to divide the land for the people. Now Mark Golden, now Andrew, and you're still, and you complain about the motor. How you counteract a man where keep on letting him go upon your property? You know, bill offense?
Yeah.
So why is it that Andrew Wallace cannot just start cut up the land to give poor people? You're walking in a place, Muta, you see the scholar of the people living and the people burn out downtown, and the black people must sleep on the road, and these guys are built. See Beaumont down there, Muta, go find out who own Beaumont, that look up that high-rise and building where build like.
Well, next over the other side of the road there, over the other side.
Thank you, well, look like Pegasus. It's owned by the man of our walk
like
road there, in front of YMCA. Thank you, Muta. And these guys just like get rotten rich. And the Jamaican people must get worse and worse. WRC. Just like get worse and worse. And then I tell the police them no for shoot down people. Tell the police them for shoot down some people at Beverly Hills. Them come out and them lick out say, you should not bring gun come here. We are trying to ban it from here.
No, you should not bring no gun come here, man.
Thank you, Muta.
You should not use the gun with them have in a 80.
All right. And then, yes, we see the evidence of a gun coming from US no motor. Up until this, no, Andrew Wallace, so I just think about yes, them ready for texted by it. So them texted from people who are weak like USA. And have this guy out here. We have a health center, have this guy out here come. And I tell you, who, as a sovereign country, who we're friend with. And but yes, him now, tell him government stop supply Israel say I kill off picnic children. And Andrew Wallace them dead. Not standing up and say, no, this is a sovereign nation. You don't own the world.
Him not going to do it. Baby Trump, him not going to do it, man.
Oh, God, Muta, man. When we're going to wake up and unite and tell PMP to take a hike and tell GLP to go down at the deepest pit. When Muta, and we expect better. You're walking out of the Muta. You go to the supermarket yesterday, you go to the thing gone up. You're walking out of the place ring, the place stink, the place dirty. The garbage right after Chile where GG record shop the motor. Real motor.
The road them feel like they're in a sea, in a boat, like fisherman boat. When you drive the car, I saw the road them feel like you're in a sea.
Motor is a F-150, me have to drive, and me I tell you, ball giant again yesterday. F-150. Copper Walter motor. Them big out the old them were black up. Motor the amount, that me say you had seen us, but motor the amount of plastic bottle in these manual would have full Jamaica a million times. And the road out there motor over almost weeks now. Weeks to mash up the front end. Weeks upon weeks. And nobody seems to scrape it off and cement it. You just tell it. And these guys out there with them pretty chat motor want to win a third term from black poor people. Because it's that a majority government. You know. It might be the prettiest talk. Everybody, me here favor that talk about we used to carry water upon our head. And where I come from on the beginning, borders, but yes, still, him not building house for the people, them. But yes, still, Ministry of Education, not going into certain schools to inspect it because them say the people are going to eat them. I mean, I get that from good source motor. Andrew was the Ministry of Education. Favor William was the Ministry of Education. And I come and talk to them. So we used to carry, what the thing name we used to wrap on here to carry water motor?
Kata.
And when I say no motor, these people use poor black people money to educate themselves from university and come back no motor. So them get a drive some car where and give them and them away pretty close. I scan the people in the inner city and forgot where them I come from. Motor, long life here, man.
All right,
boy, man, look good. Long life, sir.
Yeah, we're going to play this song here too. We're going to play this song here because them sell out the country already. Them sell it out. Them sell out the country. You think we don't know that? Always, it's some land. You see some land where media they talk about how it's empty and nobody now go on it. It's sell out already. Them sell it out. Whatever, we get to play Buju. Yes, yeah.
Motor, what?
I cut the edge.
I know, it's tough now. Motor, you yes, vexed them 2 weeks ago, man.
The what?
The vex, my blood box in the bus.
You vex?
Yeah, most of the vex.
You vex till you one in the bus?
The blood bag, I will call the name the bus.
Blood, the way me never bus, you make it bus.
I don't alone left the bus. I mean, you know what? I give Motor a chance tonight.
Why you vex? Why you vex?
Yeah, this is why. You know what I say? In a week with cockatiel.
No, wait, why you vex? No,
Motor say, no, I take some call now, though. I say, yeah, no. Why, man, Motor pays cockatiel from the whole night. I know the man, Motor a bit the man. I want to have there like that.
Me now, you talk slower.
All right. In a week and cockatiel then dead.
Yeah.
All right, see?
We play 2 watt cut for tea, yeah.
You pay for tea all night.
Yeah.
So that's a Motor for turn on DJ, man. Motor for turn on DJ, man, on talk show.
Why?
Because you come like, we love music.
Come here, play tribute.
You get our talk show.
But me pay tribute to Cocotti.
Yeah, but not so much.
I mean, not so much.
Man, you can't kill the whole show. Man, come back.
Me never kill the show. You know why I hear it, somebody else why I hear it.
Oh, yeah, but you have to share it, Motor. You can't just on the show.
Look how long you're there on the program right now. No share it.
Motor.
You're going to spend the whole time at about Cocotti.
Motor.
I play music.
We all respect Cocotti. I will know you show greetings to all the artists who did.
Yeah.
All the time we do that.
Yeah,
but you tell me that you have to take a phone call now. I know you take a phone call, Motor. They want like that.
May I take phone call now?
Yeah, I know that, but I'm not.
You going to spend the whole time at talk about what we never do?
What? Next time.
You going to spend the whole time at them what we never do?
Motor, people want to hear you more music. People don't come by the show for this music.
All right,
people come by the show for this Mutabaruka.
All right,
Mutabaruka, sharp.
All right, I agree with you, sir. I agree with you.
All right, man. Anyway, we can't understand where I said Jamaica sell out. We can't understand a part where I said Jamaica sell out because Jamaica ruled by the British.
I play a Buju Banton tune named Country for Sale. Them sell out
but
Jamaica.
You're more to say, Jamaica, Trump attack, Trump can't do nothing to Jamaica.
Where you say? Yo, you talk too fast, man. Where you say?
They say, land owned by the England.
Land owned by England and what?
So no, they can't sell out.
Why it can't sell out?
Because the land owned by England. They want the land owned by
where the politicians them are buy? Where the politicians them are buy?
The politicians don't go around, man.
Where the Mexicans them are buy? You know, where the people them are buy? Put big hotel pan. Where them are buy?
Ola, man. A land Ola and a land owner.
No, you go and go tell them that. You want to tell them use words. You go and use words with you.
That's the one title of the motor.
Look here. Where they on the tiger and where the reality is two different something. Where they on the tiger.
I'm on the land until the government tells us to remove.
Then the government own the land.
All. The government own the land. England own the land.
No, England own which land? Look here. The land where them buy out at St. Thomas and them place. You think a King Charles land them buy?
Listen, man.
Jamaican government own the land.
No, man, they own it.
Own it for who?
Because I'm a Republican now. I want my Republic, they still own it.
No, you know, me hear what you say, you know, and it's so nice what you say, and people have that to say. The people have that to say, but you know, you make me buy piece of land, you know, and you come to me say, no, my land.
No, man, I own it, man.
No, all right, you say, listen to me, I say.
Yeah, you buy a piece of land.
If me buy a piece of land now, and me see you come near to my house, I build house on it, may I go in a serious thing. I got to say, if you come off of my land.
So, but what about if you buy a piece of land now? I lease the piece.
Are you what?
I lease the piece.
Lease?
Yeah.
Then if me lease your piece on my land, I may lease your piece?
Yeah, but that's why I said you're going to Jamaica now. So, it permits them to leave the country, them are top man. And I'm sell this and I sell that. And I sell that. Thief all about them. They know everything already.
Then you say them no own the land.
Them are own it. I own it and I lease it out back.
Look here. Who them hold it for? Who them are hold it for?
Now, for the King of England, man.
You think the King of England?
Listen, man. If it's a King of England, it's Spain, it's funny at them on the barrel. When the barrel come together and fight, it's funny at them. And we don't take over a country and give it up.
Little, way you say, no, your way you say so nice, you know, it sounds good like you have education and it sounds good. The King of England don't care one elbow St. Thomas, the land of St. Thomas. Or Westmoreland. I mean, how come? The king no business with it.
What do you mean the king no business with it?
Where my business? All right, where am I going to do with the land? Where am I going to do with it? Where the king of England are going to do with Westmoreland?
The whole island near Jamaica.
No, where the king of England going to do with a little piece of land where a man having a St. Catherine?
I don't need man though. I say it could be like a lease. The government might lease it down here. A lease it, I'm coming like a lease it. Don't go use the authority and style. You want to know.
You them talk there all the while, you know. Them talk, it sound like you're educated when you talk them talk there. Yeah?
Motor. What am I doing to government in Jamaica?
Because them are idiot. Because them
are idiot.
Them can't get you to the governor general.
And when they get rid of the governor, that get worse.
What?
That get worse.
No, I don't care if you talk about get worse. You ask me if the King of England owned the land.
The monarchy them.
Oh, them are going to get you that the king. By acting the republic, by making it be a republic.
They can't do that thing. They can't do that thing for Jamaica.
The king now going to take the land and carry go to England, you know.
So when they become a republic now, Mota, what will win now Jamaica now? You feel so independent?
If we independent, me don't know about
you. No, we'll get the republic. If we still have independent.
Look here, me don't know about you, about me independent long time. Me don't know about you.
Me know about that. Me know in your mind.
Yeah, where you are say, it sounds like you're educated.
Me not educated, man. Me not educated, man.
Yeah, because you tell me about say.
What they want educated? But I'm going to tell you education. Education means
can't come
that means
land. If me plant my food,
hey,
watch out. If me plant my food on a piece of land, and me pay taxes for my land, you can't come tell me now, say, you can't do anything.
If I want something, where I pay tax it? If I want something, where I pay tax it?
You mean? Where? Then you know buy car and still pay tax. You know buy a car and own the tax.
Drive on the government road. You buy a tax drive on the government road.
No. You know buy car to drive on government road.
Where pay tax?
Me no buy car to drive on government road. You buy car, you pay taxes that in case some insurance, in case something happen, you can get back some of your money out of it. Or if you lick a man, you have to go pay for the man.
So where you pay for the land for now?
I mean, because you want to own the land to put your own
money.
No,
you can't own the land. You own the land.
No, all right, you know. Me say, you see what you say? Me hear that from me born, me I hear that, you know. From
you know it too.
Listen, all right, listen to me now. Let me talk now.
Yeah.
From me born, me I hear say, you can't buy land, you hold the land.
Yeah.
You see the reality in my life, when me see from me born, me not see people just are old land, you know. Me see people are own land. Isana, the man there, and Matalan, own the land. You can't talk about say a king at the king land and you have to go upon it, go do what you want to do with it. At the king have nothing to do with it. And Mr. Matalan land.
So they say when a private investor don't pay tax, don't they?
Listen to me. I can't do the argument, you know, because you're upon it too long and you go by the same thing. Like, where you are saying, no, because you say where you are saying, and that me learning at school, you know. Where you are to me say that learning at school, you know.
No,
me not see the reality. Me not see the reality there. Me not see the reality there in my life.
You just serve poor people, man. I just want to be like them.
Do what?
You know, serve poor people, I want to be like them, you know?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Me want to be like poor people?
Yeah, because you have a lot of
me want to be like poor people. To be poor is a crime.
People want to be like them. Can be poor people, you know?
To be poor is a crime. I don't want to be like poor people.
Yeah, I used to live with people that be poor, but me not poor.
All right, them me tell you me poor?
Me not say poor. Me say you want to be like them.
Oh, you know someone want to be like them?
Because you talk like them.
By saying what? Say more own land?
No, say man, my Jamaica sell out the land because they own. They don't own nothing, man.
No, wait there. Hold on there. Me I talk like poor people because
I talk like savage.
Me want own a piece. Me want own my land. Me want buy piece of land.
You have to pay tax your land. That means you don't own it. What is the difference between a lease land?
You pay tax for everything.
What is the difference between a lease and a buy land? What is the difference between a lease and a buy land? Everything I'm going to try to get it, I'm going to bank.
You pay tax for everything where you have in Jamaica. All when you have to bus, you pay tax.
But they say a private man don't pay tax, don't it?
Me say, everybody pay tax in Jamaica. If you're going to the store to buy food, you pay 15% tax on the food where you buy. I know your food. When you go in a supermarket go buy food and you pay 15 cents, $1.50 the price of the food. And when you go buy gas, I know your gas you put in your car.
I don't pay food until you come out.
My food. Me pay money for my food.
I don't pay.
Where this money come from, man?
I don't pay food until you come out, man.
You go to university. Me never go to university. All right. Me can play country for sale.
Big yourself, motor. Yeah.
Them reason there. Me hear them reason there from me. I got school. Me hear them reason there. You know, say you can't own land. A government own land. King Charles own the land. Look here. King Charles in England, him don't even know him head from him tail to rotted. Anyhow, me have piece of land. And the Prime Minister one night late like them over there. Come for me land. I will me shout and say, hey, doctor whatsoever, where do for me land? And him say what the Prime Minister, if him can't give me no account why him the for me land them over there, and me have me things, me I go shoot him. And tell him say him did that trespass. You know what trespass mean? I talk to my university student that were just gone a while ago. You know what trespass mean? You mean you're trespassing upon a man's property. I don't care if you want to tell me, say, yeah, you're a holder of the land. Everybody hold land until then dead, you no own the land again. You can't dead and left the land. Because you can't carry land with you. Unless you look at 6'6", little space where you have there. And not even that you can't carry with you neither. So, you can't talk them woolly talk there. That now help nothing. Country for sale, them a sell out the land. The big corporation, them a buy out Jamaica. And poor people can't get nowhere to live. Can't get nowhere to plant no food. So I said, this is for them food. Man cannot get buy piece of land and implant him food. And when him come shop it after, come tell him, say, I know your land. I just hold the land. Yeah.
Yes. Good night, Jamaica. Good night, Muta.
Blessed man.
I hear you on the Wahala a while ago, man.
What?
I hear you on the Wahala a while ago.
Okay.
You sound like the politician, I saw the politician name sound and never going to power, you know.
Okay.
This and that, when they go in, you know, remember what they say. You're calling Wahala.
Okay. So you say the brother a politician, or am I the politician?
No, the brother they, you know, sound like one of the Wahala, you know.
Okay. But the first me hear that word is still Wahala.
Yeah, man, then you know that, I saw the politician them a Wahala, you know.
Oh, me never know, the first me hear the word.
All right. So them talk things where they don't mean.
You teach me something.
Yeah.
Him say not like poor people.
Why? That is the man a Wahala, man. That you call Wahala.
All right, sir. All right. I hear you.
Yes, what me also know is Muta. And Jamaica. And all black people.
Yeah.
Since as the mongoose race, I make so much demands and a guani.
The who?
The mongoose race.
Which mongoose?
Well, they call themselves white. Me never see a white man yet. There is no such man that is white.
Okay.
Get a piece of white material and look upon it and look upon who call themselves white and say, don't like them at all.
What the color them is?
Huh?
What color them is?
The mongoose race are the cane piece rat.
No, what color the people who say them white is? What color them is?
Why? That are no white mooters, me I say.
No, wait, no, man. You say them are no white. Me ask you what color them is. Me not say, you say them no white.
Me that say they represent the mongoose color.
What is the mongoose color?
You kind of have that. You know, anybody know mongoose? They know what the color of mongoose
No, you can't get away with that, man. You just tell me say them no white. And you have to say them have mongoose color. What color is mongoose?
Mongoose is that one kind of one. I can say now. One kind of eye color peach. Peach kind of dark, but you have an eye color.
Okay.
You know, see? Yeah, so I know white, cause as me I say, me never see a white man yet.
So you never see a black man yet?
Right, that's the Negro man.
No Negro, black. My color me.
Yeah, man. We fit black, you know. Me and Marcus Garvey fit black. We not take it by ourselves.
You see black people.
Yeah, man. Me's a black man like Marcus Garvey.
You never see a white man yet. You never see a white man yet.
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
So
they tell like what they color.
No, hold on. Suppose me tell say me say white man.
You see white man?
Yeah, man. Them skin
white.
Well,
I like we see man buy a piece of white material and put it inside him and say white like it.
No, wait, no, but they don't have shades of white, man. You have shades of white, you know.
Yes, like bone white and this a white and the white. And you know when I'm bone white.
Yeah, but me I tell you
not what this other they call you what is that white name again too?
Me see a white, me see white man, me see white woman all the while.
You see white woman all the while?
Yeah, man. And white man, yeah, all the while, me see them.
Well, me need to see one.
Eh?
Me need to see one.
Maybe you have to travel and see them.
Well, me have a piece of sheet here, one white paper in front of me, very white.
Yeah, well...
And if me see one we can compare to that, me say, well, all right.
Not very white, but them white. If you look on them skin, you see them skin white.
All right. What we are saying now, you see?
Yeah.
I don't want no white man to marry an African land. I want to make a law, make it illegal.
Okay.
Yes.
No multiracial marriage.
Right.
Yes.
And if any white want to marry to black, they must never marry on that land.
Okay.
They can go elsewhere.
Sacred land.
Not on that land.
Sacred land. Sacred land.
Yes.
All right.
And those mongoose race must never own no land in Africa because you have to fight against black people.
Mm-hmm.
Our land is our land. Because remember now we can go to Spain and England to take their land.
Okay.
So, we don't want no mongoose race to own no land in Africa. Because you see, they must set stipulation. We're going to set what? Stipulation as well.
All right.
Good. All right. This little man you know.
Which little man?
This vagabond.
Which man named vagabond?
Well, I know about that. The vagabond. When I use this word vagabond, you look for the word vagabond in the dictionary. It means a man who have no fixed address. That is that piece of rotten cotton when he not on this part of land in America named Trump's. You say when they rotten cotton? Good. Andrew Onis, don't follow no vagabond. You will turn cough.
You will turn what?
You will turn cough.
Okay.
Yes, because vagabond, all those vagabond in America, right? They have no fixed address. Right, sir?
So where's the Trump not have no fixed address?
No. Which part? Well, you call them white. They no white man who have no fixed address in
No, you don't say Trump no white man, so may I ask if Trump
rotten cotton man. If you buy rotten cotton,
so him have no fixed address?
No.
Oh, you know him have no fixed address?
And the one is don't follow no man who have no fixed address.
Oh, you know him have no fixed address?
Well, I know them getting on that piece of land there, they call it USA, but I call it...
USA, no, man. Oh, you know him have no fixed address. You know what address mean?
You have Biden place.
Oh, you know him have no fixed address.
Well, as Mr. Muta, we know the tradition, how them get on that piece of land there, and call it USA. But me call it United Squatters Association. Right? For all those vagabonds. But that those vagabonds, they must never try to invade America again because so long time around they're going to have a serious problem.
They don't see my plan to invade Greenland. You never see that?
Well.
You my plan to invade Greenland, you know.
I need to see him face to face, you know.
Well, you go to your bed, man, and you will see him.
No, me don't want to see him in spirit, man. I want to see him in flesh and blood.
Okay.
Yes. Mother, I don't want to hold up this thing too long, you know.
Good, give thanks, thanks. Yeah, man.
What the chance of a piece of me go?
They don't say a piece already, man.
Because that piece is important part, it cannot slip. You remember when Johnson called we black people when they were in a party the first time?
No, it's a bad word them call them.
Right, so, good. Yeah. And the next thing again, too, when he got trouble with China man and talk about him, that the China man used to demonstrate and missile upon him. He dropped one in front of him and put on the wire there on a ball rocket man. Right? He said, my girl, they go fight the China man. Right? A two-wire ship gonna dry harbor with a shot fire.
What are you talking about? You talk to yourself.
No.
So you talk to yourself.
Well, me make it fast because I know what other
all right, so you make it fast already, so give thanks, yeah?
All right.
All the while, that tune you forget play and Mir says that tune were banned on radio. Yeah, Mir said banned. 2 weeks ago, 2 Wednesdays ago, me know say the tune no ban. That me I wonder say, how can a song like this get banned on radio? Somebody must be mad. So I talk to the boss, not IRFM boss, the broadcasting commissioner. And him say, how could you think such a thing? Say the broadcasting commission would ban a tune like this when it's an anti-pedophile song. How can you ban a tune like this? So, I want to tell the people them who did stop play the tune, like me, because I had to play the Spanish version, you know. I play the Spanish version, tune me know say, a whole lot of people, just like the Afrobeat song them. Sometimes the Afrobeat song them as a pure slackness, you know, like the DJ song them. But through them can't understand what them I say. It get ear play. So this song here, where we are playing right now, is not banned by the Broadcasting Commission. Me I tell you that. And I want you to trust me when I say it. Whosoever play upon radio, listen to me. This song by Queen Ifrica, named Daddy, is not banned from the airwaves by the Broadcasting Commission. Yes. Saga of Mario Dean. In case no resolve yet, I hear say one juror never come a court, so they have to put it off again. 10 years now, I'll go over 10 years. Because we left from Kingston, go to go be a grand funeral. Because we did feel it. Yes. Yale,
Muta.
Yeah, blessed man.
Yeah. The attacks on African businesses in Brixton and Lambeth continues. Yesterday, I was by Station Road, which is where the Brixton Recreation Center was built, because after our people revolted due to racism, them build that up as a play source, but then they make us have it for a couple of years and really take it away. Well, for years, some of our people have their vending business on Station Road there. Yeah. And in this month here, what they have done is move them from Station Road around the corner in a restricted area on Pope Road where it's not convenient. And what is happening is that the intention really is to get rid of those independent African businesses that were on Station Road. The Lambeth Council claim that they're going to pedestrianize and plant trees on Station Road where they were. And when the vendors ask, when will they be allowed to return to their spots? Because all them is 2 food places, Jamaican food places, and Jamaican place that sell clothes and that type of thing. When they ask, when will they be allowed to return to their spot? The Lambeth people telling them they don't know when. Which is yes. You see, the intention is to get rid of African businesses in Brixton. This has been going on for years.
Yeah, they will make it.
You understand?
They will whitewash it now.
Yes.
Gentrification.
You know, yes, I pink wash it. You know.
Yeah.
You see? And then at the same time, they claim that African people not enterprising and don't want to do business. Yet when they're doing business, they are being sabotaged and things. Because, for example, the food places, there was a garage, a car park nearby that their mobile food vans in the evenings would be moved to there. For over a year now, them shut that car park. You know, all kind of things, humbug. and make them just get fed up and give up. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see? And these are the two food places are owned by our African people from Jamaica, and the clothes place where sell T-shirts and other things to do with things is owned by a brethren from Farm, Maypen, Clarendon, and things.
So
I'm just letting you and people know what's happening.
That are near the Brixton Market.
Yes, Brixton Market, exactly.
Pure black people used to do someone.
Exactly, used to be. Alternately, to have all a shop there in the market at one time. And we had a lot of our people had businesses there, and then forced them out with high rent and that type of thing. So this is the latest where may I keep you informed. So I have told them that when they ask when there's gonna be a next meeting to deal, they don't know. I'm telling them they don't know when they will be allowed to return to them original spots on Station Road. And
take them and take it to them. Take them and take it to it.
Exactly. And this is why we as African people have to keep fighting these racist hypocrites. I mean, right now, on social media, it's going viral, showing the Home Office that one of their stipulations for years is to discourage those who are not of so-called white skin, meaning European, to come and live in Britain. Yes. Written. I'll send a copy of that to your Muta. You understand? That's on social media. Written in black and white. That is reminiscent of when Winston Churchill, that racist prime minister, running election in the 50s, said on the slogan about keep Britain white, keep Britain European. You know what I mean? And yet them want to dictate to our people. Right? So keep you posted where that is concerned. And I want you to know that situation where I asked you to check about Don Anderson, 64-year-old who was murdered, and the police say that they're trying to locate her husband and his brother. And this happened exactly, and this was from December.
I asked someone to check about it.
Yeah, from December. So continue upon the case with that, and also the retired nurse Ocherels, who used to be in Canada, who was murdered, raped, and 2 vehicles stolen and thing. You know what I mean? You see? Serious situation. And by the way, coffee was dropped by RCA, you know, because the people who them get for producer, the European people them can't produce the music like where we did produce to make our big. And talking about Cocoa Tea, remember it's Cocoa Tea who give our publicity at the Rebel Salute.
Yeah, man,
yeah, me know you did it, exactly. You know? But
no,
coffee last
tell
man.
Tell about the coffee thing, about the
RCA, the company that had her, they have dropped her. And the reason why them drop her, them try to do music with her and thing, but it's too much milk in our coffee. Them can't produce reggae music. It's our music. So whatever them come with...
But them not have... Them not have producers who can produce reggae. You have foreigner who produce reggae for Jamaican artists. And it sell million too.
Well,
so,
listen.
What coffee?
It not... Well, the coffee thing, that not going nowhere. That not going anywhere.
But that's almost something more than that, man. It can't be that them can't find nobody to produce Jamaican
No,
artists.
it's not that they can't produce. I'm not saying, you know. I said they have done some productions, but they're not saying anything. Hitting the market. You understand?
So how will I hear them? How will I hear them production there?
Well, I have heard some copies and things, you know, that were done, and them wasn't saying anything. So I'm not surprised, because you know, with some companies, they will put out some things to see how the market is, as feel as, and judge on the response.
So based on that basis, you know what I mean? You know?
Most of the songs them will come out now in a reggae. Our white people are play them where Jamaican artists do. White people are play them, man.
No, I wouldn't say that because a lot of our Jamaican people produce our own reggae. And Sly. We
know about that, but what may I say? A whole heap of the song them in a foreign where Jamaican artists do, produced by some white musician. And that may I say, them go somewhere.
Yes, I'm saying in some cases, yes, I agree with you that in some cases that is so.
Yeah, so what is it with that the company there? Why them can't find musician for play a coffee song them? That is what I ask. That sounds weird to me. It sounds weird. It sounds weird. It sounds to me like it's more than just the music.
Well, I can go more into that in terms of further investigation where that is concerned.
Which company should you with? Which company should you
get forward to you on that. But let us remember.
Which company should you with? Which company?
RCA, I said. RCA.
Oh, RCA. All right.
RCA.
Never find out.
Okay?
Never find out.
Yes. I remember, there's still no substitute for reggae music made and produced by Jamaican musicians and record producers. Freddie McGregor sent me all a tune just the other day when I play I'll Be Waiting. As an example, Wopton Lindo, A.J. Franklin from Chose of Few, Leroy Sibbles, Young Garvey, enough solid Jamaican reggae music played by Jamaican musicians and produced by Jamaicans that I make. And at that, me, as an African, I promote and push. Not by non-Africans. Straight up.
You
know what I mean? Yeah. No culture vulture. Now make the culture vulture come capture I thing. And that them always see people things I want come capture and make things all fine. Not me as a Pan-Africanist and as a record producer myself too. For real. Right. And by the way, Muta, the Cuban doctors and nurses must remain in Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean.
Yeah, we don't look at them the Cuban boy where Trump elected run all over the world.
Marco Rubio.
Him down here now.
Yes.
Him down here talk to them and I show them say they must continue, like America, Jamaica, they pan for them side straight, baby Trump and him, my friend, so I don't think them a hold on pan nothing for Jamaica, but I hear Matley say, if them want to take off your visa, she will go in at the front of the line.
Yes, I know, yes.
And from long as St. Vincent there.
Yes, Gonzales. Yes. He said the same thing.
Yeah,
because the lives of our people and so on depend on that.
Cuban.
Yeah.
So I don't know
and our people will continue because this is not about Huonis or anybody else. Cuban medical help is invaluable, and whether Huonis or anybody else or Trump like it or don't like it makes no difference. It's the health of our people in Jamaica that comes first. Not anything to do with the boy Trump, racist Trump. You know what I mean? For real.
All right, so give thanks.
Yes. Give thanks. And reggae music forever made and controlled and produced by I Africans from Jamaica who created every time.
But wait there. Me understand the argument, All right. Coffee in this RCA, right? And them produce a new album with that, right? Is that them do? Them produce a new album with that.
Oh, Coffee?
Yeah, the company produce a new album. Is that them do, right?
No, but what the report that I got is that she has been dropped by RCA.
Why?
that.
But according to what you say, it's because the white people can't play reggae music. So it's apparently you are saying.
No, what I'm saying is that the music that what I've heard she has done since she has been with them, because I've heard some things in my capacity of them, is that them not really say nothing. This is what I've heard. Music that I've heard. Not really saying anything.
So who produced the tune then which you give RCA?
Then me I tell you, man, no the European people, them with the amongst RCA. That's what I said.
Yeah, and that's
RCA,
Yeah, so you say no RCA no know enough about reggae. Forget musician.
Forget that type of
producer,
thing. So it's like in frustration, them drop her.
That no sound right to me though.
No, it don't sound right, but a lot of things that don't sound right, because but in music history, Muta, you have artists with companies, and when the artists do some further songs and so, the songs don't take to the market, don't take off and then drop the artist as a result. I mean, I'm talking generally now.
No, but who hear the song them? Who hear the song them? To know say them can't sell. Who hear them?
They would send out what you call pre-release copies to radio DJs and other people.
But we don't hear them. We don't hear them.
Yeah, but Muta, the fact that you personally don't hear them.
No. We never say me not hear them. We say we not hear them. Mean say people on the radio and the sound people them not hear them.
Yeah, well, some people on the radio would not hear them, but some people would hear them. And some people would hear them. And I said, I've heard one or two things in the past, and I wasn't impressed either. You understand?
You hear one or two of the one them should just produce and them drop?
Yes, some time ago, man, because I remember it's a few years now, she and the scene and thing. I heard some things in the past, and I wasn't impressed.
No, the things that you hear in the past is the one really. The things that you hear in the past is them drop, or is them, or it go? Is where you hear
no, the things that I hear in the past is after you know the hit tune that where she did do, we bring her to prominence and thing. Is some other things where she did after that now, as follow up and thing.
But she a whole heap of songs to do after that where it, she do a whole heap of hit song after that. The one in all the movie. There's a whole heap of songs to do. I would remix them with Buju and all them thing there. There's a whole heap of songs to do with it after that. So I don't know why they would make an album and nobody no hear it, and then you say them drop her because them white boy don't know how to play reggae. I don't understand that.
No, I'm saying that not in terms of album. I'm saying that they have done some further things, and it's like it's not taking on. That's what I'm saying.
So them produce some tune and not take on it.
Yeah, because it's for them. Because their company RCA. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and them not satisfied, like with how the reception, like how it's going there. Of course, she has had some hits. That is what bring her to prominence. We know that.
Yeah. All right.
All
right, we have to move. So, I will play a song here where I thought the song was banned on radio, only to find out from the artist's mouth that no go so, them never banned this tune here. And all the while, if the man come to me and I say, oh, them forgot ban the tune, and where the man say, no have relation to Jamaica. But him a talking parables, or whatever they call it now. Him a draw analogy between certain things. And I guess because it have the word shot in there, them claim say they don't want it play, but it's not the Broadcasting Commission say it. It's some other people that say this song was not banned on the radio. I choose the wrong song. Hush. Hush. I put up the wrong song up there. I know me lost it now. Boy, I tell you. I put the wrong song on the turntable. I know me lost the song I want to play. You can't believe that? What a calamity. No, I can't find the tune, you know. Can't find the song. All right, here it goes now. Sheriff by Jackson 5. So, this weekend, big concert, Dionne Warwick. May I tell you, one of my favorite female singers of all times, Dionne Warwick. Some serious song. I mean, them tune about walk on by and puppet on a string and all them. Hey, watch a man, I have no song to sing, you know. Al Davis and Burt Bacharach used to produce enough our music, them. We will get the opportunity to see her live in Jamaica again. Yeah, man. And maybe you'll go see her again, you know, because she not young again, you know. I think she got about 80 years now. I think she in her 80s, you know. Not sure, but maybe she in her 80s, you know. Yes, yeah.
Greetings.
Greetings, man.
First, caller before me mentioned something about coffee.
Coffee, yeah.
Yeah, I Googled it. March 14, 2025. Coffee is actually signed to Promise Land Records. She had a distribution deal with RCA.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she wasn't actually signed to them. It was like a distribution deal.
Yeah. Also, the deal up.
Wait, let me see that. Yeah, ended 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, the deal ended 2 years ago. Observer published it.
Oh, Observer published where you just read?
Yeah, March 14.
Oh, so you have said the article I say it's not that she get dropped, it's just that the deal up.
Yeah, the deal finished, a distribution deal.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I'm still a listen, because England I'm a call from.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, man, give thanks to the information, so.
Yeah, well, I have a question too. I don't know if you know or if you could find out. Hearing me still?
Yeah, man, yeah, man.
Oh, so the Malvern Nabingi Center, are they doing anything for Empress Menin's Earthstrong?
The Malvern Nabingi Center?
Yes.
You have a virgin named Earthquake, him really usually keep things up at that center, you know.
Yeah.
I guess you will find out if it a keep. But I don't hear I'm not yet. I know say this they might have well long a Montego Bay on the beach. This year they might have the atrocity, the Carol Garden thing, you know. They might have it long at the beach this year. As you hear, I just talked to the sister a while ago about it, Nanny. I don't know if you listen. You was listening?
No, I catch it like 12 o'clock, that's all.
Yeah, we talk about it and what might happen. So maybe if you want to go somewhere, that is a good place to go. Catch the vibes there, you know. But I don't know about Upper Malvern yet, if there is a Empress Menin Earthstrong coming up. So you'd have to go and hold on a year, you know.
Why
you ask specifically about that?
I mean, Empress Menin specifically?
No, yeah, why you ask specifically about a celebration? about our celebration?
Because it's close. It's the closest celebration that I see coming up, because it would be the 3rd.
3rd of what?
3rd of April.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the closest one.
It will keep you that year already.
True.
I don't know. I don't hear about none though. Somebody would have to call me and tell me, but I don't hear
I hope someone does.
I know them talk about the Carol Garden thing. And the visit His Majesty visit. See time in April too. All right, give thanks, yeah?
Yeah, give thanks.
Take the call, yes, EL.
Mota.
Yes, a blessed man.
Mota.
Blessed man.
Who are original one? Yeah, original one. But no one has nothing.
No, but we the whole line. Nobody come to me say, you want
me. That's for the time.
Yeah, well, you don't take no long time to talk, you know.
Well, may I explain a brief way?
All right, go on, talk.
All right. You know what I said, look at Mota, we never get independent. We never get real independent. The real independent we get in 1962 is a so-called independent.
Yeah, that me say too.
So, that's why I come with the government and say, the government can't sell nothing and they can't do nothing. Now, I can break it down now. Because people here talk simple some my time and they take a little to rehearsal. So, hear this now. We never fight like Haiti and USA, England, all them people that fight for the independence. Because England fight Italy or Rome to get them independent.
Yeah.
All right?
I agree with
and
you.
America fight England to get them independent.
I agree with you, man.
The United States, yeah. All right? And Jamaica never fight. Jamaica only come out of plantation. And then after World War II, then develop a government underneath the constitution of British.
America,
and then put a governor general, more than a general.
Yeah.
All right? So there's still, it's like Jamaica one of the biggest trading, marketing ever in our universe, from Port Royal time to now. England now, they will never win independence of Jamaica. Black people will never win independence like how Haiti do it. It's all the way we can win independent, else a government get overthrown. Like Marcus Garvey say, one government is like a roll down King Street. That's what I say.
When him say that?
Something that when I speech me, they all repeat that Jamaica say.
You hear Marcus Garvey say?
No, I'm not hear it. I'm not hear it. People always say legendary thing to me. You understand?
Okay, all right, yeah.
Say Marcus Garvey say when I lead a head of a roll. So, I'm going so we can get into Jamaica for ourselves. We have to kill out the whole life, like not really kill them out, you know, but overthrow the parliament. The people, let me sit to them, are the civilians. Overthrow the parliament. So, but we don't want to bring revolution to the mind, you know. But that's so, I'm going so. Alone, I can get independent of Jamaica.
All right, sir.
Yes, sir. Big up and respect. Mota, before you go, I hear last we have a Mota.
Me do what?
I hear last we have. They say when people come from cutting people buy them weed, then buy like a thing, feel them comfort, and we call it a cutting edge.
All right.
More than you want paycheck what we need. If you left Jamaica, or even pass away, and you have left the earth shook.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, yeah. You understand, Motor? Pick up yourself.
Yeah, give thanks, yeah?
Yeah, one love, Motor.
All right.
And now the details. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says further dialogue will be held with Jamaica for a better understanding of the operation of the Cuban Medical Mission Program. The program has been placed under the spotlight after the U.S. authorities said it would impose visa restrictions on officials of countries participating in the program. There has been concern in Jamaica about the potential impact as the health system is supported by the Cuban mission. The matter was discussed at bilateral talks today with Prime Minister Andrew Holness and Secretary Rubio. Mr. Rubio noted the issue relates to labor concerns.
First thing is to separate medical from the labor issues that we are pointing to. Okay, this is not about doctors. This is not about the provision of medical assistance. We have no problem with medical assistance. We have no problem with doctors. We have a problem, and I'm not speaking about Jamaica. We've discussed this today about, following international labor standards and the like, but I'm just talking about this program in general, how it's operated around the world. And how it's operated around the world is that basically the doctors are not paid. In many other parts of the world, the doctors are not paid. You pay the Cuban government. The Cuban government decides how much of anything to give them. They take away their passports. They basically operate as forced labor in many places. Now, there are places that have better labor standards. Perhaps Jamaica is one of those, and that's fine. But I'm describing generally what the program has been. It has operated in that way in many parts of the world and placed these people in tremendous danger. And so I think we can all agree that the trafficking in labor, be they doctors or farm workers, is not something that we would want to be supportive of. And we find that to be an egregious practice on the part of the Cuban regime.
The U.S. official expressed a willingness to have more discussions about the Cuban medical mission with Jamaican authorities.
Now, every country operates their program differently. And obviously, because of our relationship with Jamaica, we're going to engage with them on that and talk about it further and have a better understanding. Perhaps none of this applies in the way it's handled here, but generally, that's the problem with the program. It's not that they're Cuban doctors. It's that the regime does not pay these doctors, takes away their passports, and basically it is, in many ways, forced labor. And that we cannot be in support of. Again, not speaking about here in particular, but in general about the program.
And Mr. Holness said Jamaica is careful not to exploit the Cuban doctors working here.
In terms of Cuban doctors in Jamaica, let us be clear. The Cuban doctors in Jamaica have been incredibly helpful to us. Jamaica has a deficit in health personnel, primarily because many of our health personnel have migrated to other countries. We are, however, very careful not to exploit the Cuban doctors who are here. We ensure that they are treated within our labor laws and benefit like any other worker. So any characterization of the program by others certainly would not be applicable to Jamaica. We are ensuring that our program complies with all the international laws and standards to which we are a party to.
Meantime, the United States is expected to re-evaluate its travel advisory for Jamaica. This was indicated by Secretary of State Marco Rubio at a press conference in Kingston today with Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness. The last travel advisory published in July 2024 was a Level 3, which urged Americans to reconsider travel to Jamaica due to crime. It also asked travelers to exercise increased caution regarding medical services. The Prime Minister, who spoke first, highlighted the progress made in crime reduction.
Our travel advisory, we discussed significant progress that we're making in bringing down all major crimes, and that Jamaica today is safer than at any time in the last 2 decades. In fact, crimes against visitors represent less than 0.01% of the more than 3 million visitors to Jamaica annually. We are committed to working collaboratively to ensure that travel advisories reflect current realities and promote travel to Jamaica.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness and Secretary Rubio, while stating that the U.S. pledged to revisit the advisories, also acknowledged Jamaica's progress in bringing down the murder tally.
We did talk about tourism because obviously it's a significant part of your economy, and we pledged we were going to go back and reevaluate the travel advisories as they currently stand to ensure that they do reflect the reality of the new numbers and what the numbers show, because you've made very impressive progress in your general numbers overall when it comes to the murder rate and so forth. But in particular, with those travel advisories are designed to American travelers. And I think we need to analyze that and just ensure that the status we're currently in accurately reflects the status quo and takes into account the progress you've already made this year and made last year, year over year, which I think is one of the highest numbers in terms of reductions that we've seen of any country in the region.
And the U.S. Secretary of State says he can think of no better friend in the Caribbean and the Western Hemisphere than Jamaica. Rubio made this statement during a press conference following bilateral talks with Prime Minister Andrew Holness today. Mr. Holness and Rubio spoke on foreign aid, immigration, violence, and contraband in the region, as well as the Cuban medical mission. Responding to questions about several Trump administration policies, such as suspension of some foreign aid that will affect the Caribbean, Rubio stressed that the U.S. will cooperate with those countries that work with it. He added that the U.S. and Jamaica have great relations. Mr. Rubio said Jamaica can be a model to other countries.
The message that I've wanted to send in my travels, I've had to travel a couple of other places, but I've been to the hemisphere now twice, is very simple, and that is that the United States wants to ensure that when countries are cooperative and work with us and partner with us and constantly seek ways to engage us, that leads to positive results and outcomes. It's not, you can call it rewarding, but what it really means is it has to be a mutually beneficial relationship. And we want countries in the world and we want countries in the region to identify being close to the United States as something that is beneficial and helpful to develop, helpful to grow, and frankly helpful so that one day many countries can serve, and I think in Jamaica is already doing this, as a model of what other countries would seek to emulate, whether it's on security, on trade, on investment, on skills acquisition and improvement. These are the things that we want America's relationship with our partners to look like. And I can think of no better friend in the Caribbean and frankly in the Western Hemisphere than Jamaica and your government, Mr. Prime Minister.
U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Meantime, opposition leader Mark Golden says the Caribbean community Caricom must present a unified position on any matter being discussed with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Rubio held bilateral talks with Prime Minister Andrew Holness today. Matters related to U.S. aid and the Cuban medical mission program were discussed. The Cuban mission has been a point of concern for many Caribbean countries as the Trump administration advised of a visa restriction policy for countries involved in the program. The U.S. claimed that the program is linked to forced labor. Several Caribbean countries participate in the program and have expressed that they will continue to do so. Some Caribbean leaders also stated that they were willing to give up their U.S. visas rather than do away with the Cuban program. Following talks with Mr. Holness this morning, Mr. Rubio also met with delegations from Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, and Haiti. Speaking at a People's National Party press briefing this morning, Mr. Golden noted the importance of CARICOM countries speaking with one voice.
I think that in dealing with these matters, it's good to put forward a united position as CARICOM. You know, I think the nations of CARICOM together have significant voting power in international and regional bodies. So I'm in favor of CARICOM having a joint position rather than Jamaica or any other member of CARICOM going alone. Issues to do with immigration, issues to do with energy policy, etc., etc. And there's only one government at a time in power, you know, and right now the Jamaica Labour Party are in power. I think they're meeting with Mr. Rubio today, the Prime Minister. But my preference on these matters is that there's a united CARICOM position so that the U.S. knows what the region feels about these things and we can work out solutions that are win-win. We want to have win-win solutions. Jamaica has many, many people living in the United States. We're reliant on remittances from there and other countries, etc. Travel advisories can be damaging to our tourism industry. So we have to be respectful and sensible and strategic in how we approach these matters.
Opposition Leader Mark Golden. Opposition Leader Mark Golden says the proposals his party highlighted during the budget debate will only cost $23 billion. He made this statement during the People's National Party post-budget press conference today. It came after Finance Minister Favour Williams, in her presentation to close the debate yesterday, said the opposition put forward an implied budget. She pointed out that the opposition did not give any costing for the many promises during their contribution to the debate. The Finance Minister claimed that the promises made by the PNP would have cost the country and result in FinTech 2.0. Mr. Golden maintained that the PNP did not put forward an implied budget.
The Minister said it was an implied budget we were presenting. That's not the case. We are presenting our policy priorities for our first term in office. We know we have costed them, as we've explained today, how they break down. 23 billion is our estimate for all of the things that we have put forward as a charge to the budget. Some of the other things will be paid for by the public bodies which relate to those things. And then there's the NHT, which we're going to stop the extraction of resources from. The government has not said the cost of the capital allowances, which was one of the revenue measures that the minister announced in her budget presentation. She has said that land and buildings and equipment for companies, they're going to get an accelerated capital allowance. There was no costing attached to that in her numbers. That is very irresponsible. We don't know what that's going to cost.
Commenting on the overall budget debate, Mr. Golden said he believes Prime Minister Andrew Holness's presentation was inappropriately long.
The presentation I made was quite comprehensive. It covered a lot of different things. There were other areas that I would want to touch on, which I didn't want to make it too long. The Prime Minister spoke for nearly 5 hours, I think. I didn't think that was appropriate. So, we didn't put in costings because we didn't feel that was necessary in the presentation itself. We weren't producing a budget. This is what I think is very important.
Opposition Leader Mark Golden. Finance Minister Favour Williams says the opposition needs to provide more clarity and conditions on its proposal for one full scholarship per family for a university degree. In his contribution to the budget debate on Tuesday, opposition leader Mark Golden stated that a future People's National Party government would offer scholarships to improve a person's access to higher education. Mr. Golden said at the tertiary level, Jamaica is lagging behind in producing an educated workforce for national development, with less than 30% of eligible students enrolled at a tertiary institution. However, highlighting the ratio between the number of households across the island and the number of graduates per year, Mrs. Williams said Golden made a blanket statement as the opposition's projections are neither feasible nor fiscally responsible.
The number of households in Jamaica are 967,000. And when you read the literature, household is used as a proxy for families. So you can assume, you can correctly use this as 967,000 families in Jamaica. The number of students graduating from high school yearly is 35,000 students. And when you compare 35,000 to 967,000, you can pretty much see that there's a student coming from families all across Jamaica. So I made the assumption that the cost of tertiary per year is $900,000. Every student graduating from high school would want a full scholarship. Other than saying one per family, there were no other stipulation. It was a blanket statement. You're talking about $31.5 billion annually.
Finance Minister Favour Williams. She was speaking in Parliament yesterday as she closed the debate. The Private Sector Organization of Jamaica, PSOJ, has called for the government to continue putting emphasis on bureaucratic reform to improve the ease of doing business and expedite investment approvals. The group made the call in a statement reacting to the budget debate presentation by Prime Minister Andrew Holness. The PSOJ noted that the presentation outlined a strategic vision aimed at enhancing Jamaica's economic resilience, stimulating investment, and fostering an environment conducive to private sector growth. It recognized several key initiatives within the budget that directly impact business operations, investment attractiveness, and economic expansion. The PSOJ commended the government for its focus on macroeconomic stability, tax predictability, infrastructure expansion, and workforce development. It said while the proposed initiatives hold promise, their success will ultimately depend on execution efficiency, private sector collaboration, and adaptability to economic challenges. It said collaboration between the private sector and the government remains essential to ensuring these policies translate into tangible economic gains for all Jamaicans. PSOJ President Mitchell Siaga described the government's budget as good.
We are very happy that the government did not use this opportunity in an election year to spend wantonly and unwisely. We're happy with some of the things that have been put in place, minimum wage, etc. So, yeah, we think it's a good budget overall.
PSOJ President Mitchell Siaga. The PSOJ, in collaboration with PricewaterhouseCoopers and Victoria Mutual Wealth Management, will host an economic budget review webinar tomorrow. The webinar will allow for an in-depth analysis of the national budget and its potential impact on Jamaica's economic landscape. Its presenters will explore key trends, forecasts, and the anticipated outcomes of the budget. Mayor of St. Ansby, Michael Belnavis, says he will be seeking financial support from the Ministry of Local Government and other entities to assist with the development of the Discovery Bay Transportation Center in St. Ann. He toured the proposed center site yesterday. The land for the center was donated by Naranda Bauxite Company after Transport Minister Darrell Vaz made the arrangement. Taxi drivers operating between Discovery Bay and Brownstown withdrew their services on Monday to register their frustration over the lack of a center in Discovery Bay. Speaking with RFM News last evening, Mr. Belnavis said after touring the area, he had some ideas of how the area will be developed.
And we looked at the various parking slots where various taxis will be dispatched to in Brownstown, Tenant Bay, Runaway Bay, and so on, into the various districts. And also, we looked at how we could asphalt concrete it out and so on. We're also looking to see if we can install some sort of fast food. One of the utilize one of the chains in an area, and then we'd have areas where you'd be able to use, sanitary conveniences and so on. We'd have it fenced.
Mayor Belnavis added that he will be taking a holistic approach to the prospective transportation center.
It's a holistic approach to a transportation center. I want to make it modern as the area is a relatively new area that's being developed. So the transportation center will set the tone. Thereafter, we're looking to see if we can get some support to build the infrastructure. So we're calling on the Ministry of Local Government. We're calling on our own source, the Municipal Corporation, tourism enhancement. We're trying to see if we can get some bus sheds in there also. And of course, we want to beautify it and get some trees in there. So we want to make it really a distinctive bus park in Discovery Bay for the people of Discovery Bay, and of course the taxi drivers and the private public.
Mayor of St. Ansby, Michael Belnavis. The Manchester Police seized 2 firearms in 2 separate operations yesterday. In the first incident in Kingston, 27-year-old Orlando Wade, otherwise called Gart or Bobby, was fatally shot when he allegedly confronted the police. Reports are that a .38 Smith & Wesson revolver with a magazine containing 2 cartridges was seized from him. In another operation in Old England, a firearm was seized. Head of the Manchester Police, Deputy Superintendent Kerry Duncan, said the operations are part of the division's strategy to make a continued downward trend in serious and major crimes in Manchester.
Since the start of the year, we have seen a downward trend in our numbers as it relates to crimes. We are now seeing a 60% reduction in our murders and a 33% reduction in all major crimes. And I'll hasten to say that this did not happen by chance. It is based on deliberate and strategic operations that have been conducted within the space since the start of the year. We saw the challenges last year, we learned from them, and this year we intend to make Manchester a safer parish.
Commanding Officer for the Manchester Police, DSP Kerry Duncan. Culture Minister Olivia Grange has called on Jamaicans to reflect on the resilience of their ancestors and commit to making the country a better place. In her message to mark the observance of National Day for the remembrance of the victims of the transatlantic trade in Africans yesterday, Ms. Grange noted that Jamaicans owe a great debt to their ancestors. These, she noted, are being repaid in various forms, including the quest for reparations.
Just consider, our enslaved ancestors died so that you and I could be free today. Don't take it lightly. We owe a great debt to their ancestors, and we repay them by drawing on their incredible resilience to ensure that never again will the black race or any people be enslaved. We repay that debt by fighting to dismantle systems of racism wherever they appear. We repay that debt in the way we live our lives, by choosing to build Jamaica and leave it better than we inherited it, by helping those who are less fortunate, by fighting against the erosion of our freedoms, by celebrating their ancestors and their fight for our freedom, by being vigilant against those who disrespect the memory of their ancestors, and by pursuing the just cause of reparations in the name of their ancestors.
Ms. Grange urged citizens to build Jamaica.
We must repair the damage. I call on us all to reflect on our resilient forebears, their struggles, and their triumphs. Let us commit, like they did, to play our part to make our homeland a better place. Let us build Jamaica and always choose Jamaica.
Culture Minister Olivia Grange. Meantime, the Caricom Reparations Commission called on the global community to acknowledge the legacies of injustice and recognize the obligation to promote healing, reconciliation, and the restoration of dignity to the victims and their descendants. In its message to mark yesterday's observance of the International Day of Remembrance of the Victims of Slavery and the Transatlantic Slave Trade, the Commission said this observance coincides with the start of the United Nations declared Second International Decade for People of African Descent, 2025 to 2034. The Commission's fight for reparations continues in the context of the second decade, aiming to draw attention to the enduring impact of these historical injustices and hold the perpetrators to account. It said people of African descent continue to suffer from the legacies of enslavement, manifesting systemic inequality and racial discrimination. The enduring impact is evident in continued disparity in access to education and health care, high levels of youth unemployment, intergenerational poverty, and the denial of the full enjoyment of their human rights. The Commission renewed its call for acknowledgement of the wrongs of the past, the call for reparatory justice, and the call for an equitable future for Africans and people of African descent.